From the signalsaz.com studio, it's the best, worst podcast you've ever heard. And now, the Ronnie and Bo Show. Brought to you by Prescott Tire Pros and Automotive Service and Prescott Realty.
The Ronnie and Bo Show.
Hello, folks. Hello, Bo.
Hello, Ronnie. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good.
This is fun, man.
Yep.
You know, we turn on the microphones and we just start talking.
It's go time.
Huh?
Yep, the Ronnie and Bo Show. This is brought to you by Prescott Realty and Prescott Tire Pros and Automotive Service.
Prescott Realty, you can find them at 928-499-8700,
Right.
and they also have a website, PrescottRealty.com.
Yep.
Miranda Johnson, John Rocha, and all of those fine folks are specialists in the real estate field.
Right. And then Prescott Tire Pros and Automotive Service, they are a wonderful place and a wonderful group of people to take care of all your automotive needs.
You can say they're specialists, too, in their field.
That's for sure. And trustworthy people, PrescottTirePros.com. You can check them out or give them a call at 928-776-0205. They're over on Iron Springs Road across from Waters Garden Center.
Thank you, Prescott Realty, and thank you, Prescott Tire Pros and Automotive Service. And we have another sponsor, too.
We do.
SignalsAZ.com.
Yes.
And they're going to be sponsoring our Daily Dose this morning.
Yeah, Daily Dose. We haven't done this in ages,
No.
Bo. The Daily Dose was our very first bit or segment.
And
or
I've explained it before, but just in case if you didn't know, we started this whole thing not knowing what we were doing, and Ronnie comes
and
over
we
and
still
he says,
don't know what we're doing, do we?
And Ronnie says, why don't we, have some features in this thing? Why don't we class this thing up and have, things? And I said, that's fantastic. He brought the discipline, he brought the organization, and we did that. And then the next week I said, how about we do a Bo Knows, the Ronnie and Bo poll? How about we do something different,
Now we've got 49 bits.
And only one good one, the Daily Dose.
I don't know about that. But this Daily Dose is brought to you by signalsaz.com. And the Daily Dose is just it's actually whatever we want it to be.
But it's
It's an easy manipulated segment.
And it tends to be,
show.
I think, am I wrong? It tends to be a little more serious?
I think it can be. It's a little
softer,
little bit of news, or
there you go.
something for your day. And
that's perfect.
So this Daily Dose today is it's a little bit sad, Bo.
Yeah.
The Willy Wonka actress Diana Soul, she died.
Oh, now we have to guess who she is.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
Yeah. Do you have any clue without reading or looking it up? Do you have any clue? So
I don't know the name.
She was 88.
So I don't know the name. So I would have to say
I don't
the
know
first
the
thing
name
would probably be one of the grandparents in the bed or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not. I would assume that Diana Soul, 88, is not Veronica.
Right. Yeah. She
right?
wasn't the one that turned into the grape.
I want a golden goose,
blueberry.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the other one.
The kid. I wonder what's happened to a lot
that
of
would
those
be
kids.
fun to figure that out.
Yeah. And.
So who's
Diana
Soul?
Okay, so Diana Soul played Charlie Bucket's mother.
Charlie's mom.
Oh, in
wow.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the 1971 Gene Wilder version.
Yeah.
This was not
the original
Johnny Depp.
Yeah, not
right.
the Johnny Depp one.
And so
wow,
she
that's
passed
cool.
away Friday morning, surrounded by family. She was a loving mother and wife and grandmother.
Oh, that's great.
And so... Yeah,
hopefully she had a charmed life. 88 years old.
Yeah, she sang that song "Cheer Up, Charlie" in the movie, and so
that's really cool.
Yeah, she. I mean, that's kind of one of those iconic films, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But
that's
so
great.
We're sorry for the family's loss there. She also appeared in. Did you see either of these movies? Clear and Present Danger.
What?
Yeah, she was in
was
that.
Was that a Harrison Ford movie?
Yeah, that was one of those Jack Ryan.
She was in that?
She was in that. And then Guarding Tess, which honestly...
I haven't seen it. I heard the title.
Completely forgotten about that movie until I just saw this.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of the best. I'm going to have to go rent that or watch that right now. Guarding Tess with Nicolas Cage was a Secret Service agent protecting a former First Lady... Shirley
MacLaine,
and she's a surly, widow, former first lady, hard to guard, and Nicolas Cage. It's a fantastic movie. And
well,
we got to go look for Diana Soul in that movie.
Well, that's wonderful. That is wonderful. It's unfortunately she passed, but that's neat to sort of reminisce about parts of her past, right?
That is true, and that's your daily dose, brought to you by signalsaz.com.
So Ronnie and I come into the studio, and we talk a little bit, and it's almost like therapy, isn't it, Ronnie? Huh?
It is.
And I mean, I get anxious.
We talk a lot before we actually
get rolling.
Yeah. And we have to process a lot.
But it is good because we're doing this for many reasons, and we haven't understood all the reasons yet. But one of the reasons is for fellowship, right? I mean, we're doing this so we can hang out, carve out an hour a day or whatever.
Right. There's a good friendship component to this, and but this is there's a lot of like internal processing. When we leave here, we're going, what in the world are we doing? And then we come back, and then that's what we end up talking about. Are we wasting our time?
Are we wasting the listeners' time? Are we doing it right?
Which I'm convinced. Are
we doing it wrong?
I'm sure we're wasting the listeners' time on most days.
One of those four we can check off the list.
We've accomplished that goal.
Sorry.
But then you have been soliciting feedback.
It's interesting, right? I mean, it doesn't matter what field you're in.
I get feedback unsolicited.
Oh, that's not good.
And
stop that. Stop it.
And then you are.
There are sayings for that. There are sayings for that.
You've got friends in high places that you.
Thank you, Garth Brooks.
You shop us around, and then we get feedback, which is actually we got some recently that was really helpful.
No,
what made it clear is we don't really have a clue what we're doing.
That's right.
That was the takeaway.
No, I have this. I do. I'm being serious here. I have this sense. I don't know how you say it because I've never really described it, but I have this sense of wonder. And I want to know things. Right. And I genuinely enjoy learning from people.
Yeah.
And I'm not. It's not. There's no. Right. There's not a setup. I just enjoy it.
Right.
And that's why I talk so much. I will go into a grocery store and talk to somebody just because I enjoy talking to somebody, a stranger, and learning.
Yeah. Do you remember that when we were handing off the episodes to each other a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah.
We met at the roundabout by Watson Lake, and you handed me the thumb drive.
Oh, that's right.
And we met Phil or Charlie or whatever his name was. He walked up to us with no shirt and some suspenders.
We were in the parking lot, just leaning against the back of our cars. We were that far apart from each other.
Yeah.
And we were just talking, and it was very strange that we were out in a parking lot having fun, but we were enjoying ourselves.
Yep.
And unfortunately, the difference between doing it there and doing it on the couch in your house is drunks come into the gas station supermarket, want to buy alcohol, and they walk past us and they start talking to us.
Right.
And then that's a beautiful debate. I mean, that is just an unspoken debate.
Yeah.
So we're sitting here, and I'm watching you.
Right.
How are you reacting to this intrusion?
Right. Yeah. Right. Same. And I'm reading your body language.
And it's great. And mine changed. Yours didn't really change, but mine changed. Right. That's wonderful.
Wait. When you crawled back inside your car?
No. When I walked down, So I went to the next building over. And I go, look. I never knew this building was here. Trying to deflect or distract the guy or pop the guy out of.
Yeah.
Move on, dude.
I don't. Yeah. It's just a. I don't know.
Guy came up to us. He had a ponytail down to his butt.
Yeah,
down to his belt.
No,
and no shirt.
No shirt, but he had suspenders on, didn't he?
I think so. And what? How old was he? 75.
75, and I couldn't quite tell.
I think he was a Vietnam vet.
Yeah, what he was up to.
And he was drunk, wasn't he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was drunk. Yeah.
He might have been a Korean vet.
Yeah, maybe
a little bit older.
He looked a little bit older, but he
was
looked
nice.
Like he'd been around the block.
And you could do a whole podcast on the slivers or the of something like that.
Right.
There's an intrusion, and it's like I'm never going to get out of this thing.
Right.
And again, the guy was. It was not fun that he intruded on us.
No,
right?
No.
And what do? We look at our feet and ignore them, and we don't go, hey, see, a guy walks by you and you go, hey, how you doing?
Right.
And the other guy goes, hey, how you doing? And they walk by. And then you do it to another guy, and he sits there and talks to you for 5 hours.
And it was very unidirectional.
Yeah.
We almost didn't need to be there.
Right.
And I think he would have carried on the exact same conversation,
but
which is not a knock.
It was intrusive, but it wasn't unpleasant, was it?
Right. There's a lot. No,
it was lengthy.
It was lengthy, but I liked him. There was
yeah.
something amusing about him. There's a line in a movie that one character said to another character, if you look at someone long enough, you just might see their humanity.
Ooh, there you go.
That's a good line, right?
Yeah.
And so there's always those interruptions, and then you're like, okay, I don't know.
Right.
How long is this going to be, and what's he want? That was honestly, if I'm being judgmental,
you thought he was going to ask you for $1 or something?
I'm just going, okay, like what is he? And then all of a sudden I realized, okay, he's not going to ask for anything.
He just wanted our company, pretty much.
Yeah, and then that's when there was a little shift where I wish I could get there sooner in those sorts of moments,
right.
but sometimes I just can't. And all of a sudden you just start looking at him going, man, I wonder, how do you get from point A to this point in your life? I mean, what series of events? And we heard quite a few, but I don't know. How in the world did we get off on this?
I don't know how we got off.
I don't know. We were talking about people, but anyway, we're processing a lot about.
Right.
You like to learn. That's what you say, and interacting with other people, and we like to learn.
That's how we got into it.
But
so I was just I'm on social media, and I just just like you do in a grocery store, I talk to strangers.
Right.
And on social media, I just said, hey, would you mind listening to us and give us some feedback?
Yeah.
Now, 2 things happen on that.
Yeah.
And I think it can be the recipient that drives this in some cases.
Yeah.
Someone will give you your feedback. You say, hey, can you give me some feedback?
Yeah.
And this stranger gives you feedback.
Yeah.
And you go, you're totally wrong. What do you mean? You didn't even hear what I was talking about.
Right.
You're an idiot. Why would you even say that?
Right.
Did you even listen to it?
Right.
Why are you giving us feedback like that?
Yeah.
Well, then you're not asking for feedback.
Right, exactly.
You're asking for an argument.
Right.
And so people are reluctant to give you feedback because you're going to get defensive.
Yeah.
And so this woman wrote us, listened to our podcast.
Yeah.
And wrote what? 3 paragraphs?
Yeah.
In an email, a lengthy email, and said da-da-da. And I was thrilled to get the feedback.
Yeah.
It was just interesting to hear it. Maybe it's because we don't get a lot of feedback because this is output instead of output and input.
Right.
I don't know why, but I was in a great mood.
Most people can't be bothered.
And so I wrote back and I said, that was so nice of you to take the time to do that. And I'm not going to, defend it. And you made great points, and I was just very thrilled.
Right,
and I expressed how thrilled I was to her, and she wrote back, I'm glad you took it the way it was meant to be taken.
Right.
As advice.
Right.
Because so many people, that's why people don't give you feedback. Because you say, hey, can I get some feedback? Well, you need to.
Most people don't really want it.
That.
Right, yeah, exactly.
So it was wonderful.
What's like your biggest, I don't know, fear is way too big of a word for a podcast. But what are your concerns? Like if we don't do this or we keep doing that or, just as far as the show's concerned, do you think that way or no?
Well, a little bit. I mean, there is a little bit of maybe my dad, maybe the journeyman disc jockey.
Yeah.
There is a little bit of that independence thing where, you want the feedback or the boss tells you to do it this way or that. And then you say, okay, boss. And and then you say, I'm doing it my way.
Yeah.
It's my show.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
You don't like it. You can't do that because you need listeners and you need to be liked and you need this. But there is a time where you say, no, I'm doing it for this reason and I don't care.
Yeah.
And so you have to have that little independence, right? So you say, oh, that's good advice. We should probably incorporate that and polish it over here.
Exactly. Well, that's like I heard Jordan that I work with at church. He's got 2 little kids. I think they're like 5 and 7 or 4 and 6 or something. Jet and Indigo. And they listen to this while they're going. And as little kids, they've asked, hey, Daddy, can we listen to the Ronnie and Bo show?
Oh, my.
Well, I hear that, and I go, oh, man, our demographic's toddlers. So now,
they're going to love that past episode we did on Sesame Street.
Right, exactly. So then, we're like, oh, I guess I guess we better do stuff that direction.
Yeah.
And then you bump into, a 65-year-old woman who loves the interview with someone, and I go, I don't even know what to do. I don't know how to. You can't reach everybody.
That's right. You can't please all the folks all the time.
All the time. Yeah, right.
Well, that was a song, wasn't it?
Exactly.
So you start having doubt. We don't have doubt.
No.
No, I'm not making a joke.
Right.
We're not in a crisis of doubt right now.
No.
But you start saying, well, you know what?
We're peeling back the fourth wall, as it were, and just kind of inviting people into our internal dialogue.
So when we start, we spend a half an hour or so talking to each other. How was your day? We enjoy that part.
Right.
And, hey, did you hear about that? Should we do it this way?
Right.
What are we doing? Do you like the direction we're going?
Yeah.
And you do all those things, and then you end up just confusing yourself, and then you say, let's just do our stuff.
Right. Yeah. This isn't rocket science.
Yeah.
It's
not brain surgery. Right?
No. But I think from your background, because we've talked about a preacher and a disc jockey walk into a bar.
That was sort of our little funny line.
Yeah.
Right? Like a joke book.
On my end, like what I deal with so often, just in my day to day, is so serious.
Yeah.
And then you've come out of entertainment world, and I think what we're discovering,
and I take nothing seriously,
is
and so it's good for you and me, but it's horrible for a podcast.
Well, I don't know. I think that's the weird. The podcast is somewhere in the middle,
right?
And I think that's the thing. We're like, I don't know what the middle is. Like we can do this monkey show,
right,
with song and dance and. Batman's head on a lance.
But I remember when we started, everybody would ask, "What's it about?"
Yeah, and we go,
I don't know.
Well,
and everyone would say, "You have to define it."
Right. We just did a little interview with somebody else last week where we were on their show, and I didn't know how to answer that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They asked, we're just. And
then we came to the answer.
Right.
And
it was fine.
And the answer was, we're doing this to make each other laugh. And if we enjoy it, maybe someone else will enjoy it. And if not, I don't want to say we don't care.
Yeah.
But we're doing this so that you and I can have fellowship and laugh and just have a good time. And we hope we please other people.
Right.
And so that's sort of full circle. That's sort of what it is, right?
Right.
Let's take some advice. So let's get this, let's get that. And you work on that stuff, you digest some of that stuff, and you peel off some of that stuff.
Right.
But ultimately it's, this is what we're doing. Take it or leave it.
Right. Exactly.
And a lot of people are leaving it.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to take some more advice and change.
Oh, man. Well, yeah, we'll keep working on it, though, because I think there's a whole thing of exploring a little bit more of who you are and who I am.
But I also, let me interrupt right there. I also think that when you say that, I sort of know where you're going, and I think that it's important to open ourselves up and share with the listener.
Yeah.
But I also think that the first reaction from you would be, I'm not interested in talking about a life of preaching about me. And I'd say, Ronnie, there's this benefit, this benefit, this benefit. And then you would turn around and say, Bo, we should talk about you, and because this is interesting. I go, I don't want to talk about being a disc jockey for 20 years. Why would I want to talk about it? It's a dumb topic.
Yeah.
So it's a very interesting dynamic, right?
It is, because we got to get over that at some point. Because like sitting here when you say that, I agree completely with what you said.
That would be our first reaction individually, wouldn't it?
For sure. But I really want to hear about your journey.
And I'm enamored by your journey, and that's why our relationship works.
I think it's good.
I think people probably say, when I say that, agree with you. Yeah, right. Ronnie, we want to hear stuff from you because we're a fan of yours.
Right.
And maybe some people say that about me, and so there you go. We've almost this what do you call that, shrink stuff?
Yeah. This some sort of analyzation of. What's going on upstairs?
Yeah, this topic is, now we got to pay the $100.
But see, this is the thing.
To the shrink.
Yeah, exactly. This is the thing, though. I think most people, and I think this is where it connects with anybody that's listening right now, how many people actually know who you are? I'm not talking about you, Bo, or me, Ronnie, but just
one in general.
There's in our culture anymore.
But then I'll follow that question up with, does anybody need to know? Or does anybody care to know who that one is?
Well, that's a whole
But go ahead. In our culture.
I have no idea.
Huh?
I don't know if they need to know or not. But I think, like, we're in this culture that's increasingly we're more connected than we've ever been because of technology.
Right.
And I would argue simultaneously more alone,
more separated
than we've ever been.
Right. No, that's true.
And I don't think that's a good thing, you know?
Right.
And so getting people's stories out there, and I think maybe that's you look at somebody long enough, you discover their humanity. I mean, there is something powerful in people's stories, because you're not isolated anymore when you start to go, oh, wait. I didn't know they wrestle with that too.
Oh, well,
or I don't know they had that in their back. If they did, and I did too.
Yeah.
And they got through it, then I can get through it. Or I don't know. I think there's oversharing for sure. You can share stuff that nobody cares about. It's too much. People don't need to know. Right. That's a fine line. I don't know where that is.
Have you seen this? Have I shown you this before? See back there? Did you see that? Did you see that thing back there? It's sort of red.
Uvula.
Huh? Did you see it?
Yeah.
Is that oversharing or not oversharing? Here, look again.
Look, like that. Can you see it?
It's
See? That's not oversharing, is it?
No.
Did you see it?
No, I saw it.
I mean, you told me you wanted me to share something. I was just sharing it with you. Huh?
Ladies and gentlemen, I just saw Bo's uvula.
Hey, watch this. I don't know if that's the right word. Is that the Ronnie and Bo buzzword? Watch this. I'll show you this. And I know maybe we should do this. Maybe we should do this Thursday, November 1st on stage at the Elks Theater.
Don't ever do this in public.
Not that part. Not that part. How about this? Have you seen this? And I don't know. It depends on how I got my hair cut. I'm taking my headphones off. Have I ever showed you this? And this is stupid because it's a visual, and we're not in a visual medium right now. How about this?
Yeah.
Can you see that? That makes you laugh, doesn't it?
That's fantastic.
Now, do you have anything like that?
I have nothing like that. So what you can't see is Bo can move his entire scalp basically.
Yeah. And it looks like I've got a toupee. Hey, by the way, let's wrap things up and let's immediately start writing a couple of ideas for the next episode.
Okay.
And it's probably horrible because it's all visual. But let's do a topic on the twisted tongues.
All right. I'm all in for that.
The cross eyes or the wiggled ears or whatever.
I can't do any of it, but I'm all for that. That'll be the next episode.
Okay, we'll do that.
Awesome. Is this where you go?
We both inhaled. Is this where you go?
Yeah. Well, this show was brought to you by Prescott Realty and Prescott Tire Pros and Automotive Service. Prescott Realty, they've got a team of specialists that are the best people that you can reach out to for home buying or selling needs. Their specialists will dial into your specific needs. You can call them today, 928-499-8700 for a no-commitment free consultation. Prescott Realty. Give them a call.
And the Ronnie and Bo Show is also brought to you by Prescott Tire Pros and Automotive Service. I've known Louis Gomez for more than 10 years. We take our cars in to get oil changes. We get new tires from that place. I mean, you can go to a lot of places, but no one's going to do it as good and as safely as Prescott Tire Pros and Automotive Services for your car needs. 1635 West Iron Springs Road, 928-776-0205. They're across the street from Waters Garden Nursery Garden. Waters, whatever. I'll figure his name out when he's a paid sponsor.
That's good.
Next door to Ken Lane, if you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Check him out at PrescottTirePros.com.
Thanks for listening to the Ronnie and Bo Show, available on your favorite podcast provider. Please connect with the Ronnie and Bo Show on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and RonnieandBoShow.com. Send comments to RonnieandBoShow@gmail.com. This is your announcer speaking. I'm Shotgun Tom Kelly.